And the Rasta man party. Chalice with bun and roots with sip. Roots and chalice. Sipping roots and chalice. Master man party. What's up, everybody? Title of this video, you already know what it is. Title of this live stream. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Listening to a little Irie music today. What are you afraid of? There's a lot of, and this question is mainly posed to the people that feel that the world is a golf ball, like Disney World says. What are you afraid of? Let's jam a little bit real quick. Still early, I'm waiting to get my coffee. Look at this. Look at this. Looking to get my coffee. We at Dunkin' Donuts. We at Dunkin'. No, 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 no. Live on wicked and wild. I'm a step in at the place and the dance gets spoiled. I'm a rough and my cup plus me make up my mind. From my shirt to my shoes well clean on a style. And I watch it put back and mix in original style. While it on wicked and wild. Give me 1 second.
Good morning, how can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Can I get a large hot caramel macchiato?
Anything else?
And can I get just a glazed donut?
Will that be all for you?
That'll be it.
5:31 afternoon.
Thank you. Breakfast of a champion right there. See that? See that? Breakfast of a champion. Macchiato and a donut today. That's what it is. I was gonna get a bagel, but bagel's too it feels like it'd be too heavy right now. I don't know. Come on, focus, thing. Focus, focus, focus. It's still a little dark, but it ain't too dark. Can't see no more stars right now. What I'm planning to do. Driving to work too? Dolphin, yeah, man. I was sitting there thinking about this last night. I was thinking, man, I was like, you know, the world is in such a like a state of denial about just how we live, man. Like when I was thinking about it, you know, we've been talking about cryptocurrency for a long time. Flat Earth has been talked about for a long time, but cryptocurrency came about for the same reasons. You know what I mean? The same reasons. It's because the elitists run our planet. They run the planet. They run the globe. They run the economy. They run your life, and they ruin that subsequently in the same fashion. You know what I mean? When the financial market tanked, somebody finally said they had enough, and they had been designing cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, to take over. You know what I'm saying? And after that last collapse, that's when it hit the market, man. Bitcoin hit the market, and people thought it was a joke. And look at it now, man. Look at it now. Cryptocurrency is fucking huge. Right? And it ain't going nowhere. And that was birthed out of the government's failure to take care of the people. The government's failure to keep the trust of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was born out of, man. You know what I mean? And it's just going to show you that the world is changing. The world is changing. People are waking up. Cryptocurrency is a direct product of that. The people getting fed up. How things are going, man. I'm telling you. And same thing with this flat earth business, man. The facts are there. To me, there's more facts to say that the earth is not what they tell us. I don't give a shit if it's round or not, but what I do know is that it ain't what they're telling us it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel about it. At the end of the day, that's how I feel about it. Now somebody did come and they did make a good argument. They said yesterday, somebody left a comment in the last video, and they said that the reason that why NASA has to make composite images is because they're not far enough away to take a full picture of the globe. But in the same breath, that person said that there are two camera satellites up there that are further away than the ISS that can take full images. One's American and one's Japanese. So I said, oh, okay, well, you know, that's pretty cool. That makes sense. But what doesn't make sense to me is that I linked a video on that comment. So if you can go to that video yesterday and you see the link that I put on the comment to the video, where you will hear towards the end of the video NASA talking about how they have to go in and you know, touch up the photos or refinish the photos. To me, that didn't make sense, because I'm like, well, okay, well, if you have a camera, if you have a satellite that can take a picture of the entire globe, then should be no need to really Photoshop it. I mean, let us see it in its unphotoshopped, unedited, you know, virtues. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us see exactly what it looks like. No composites, none of that BS. And to me, that doesn't even make sense to me, because they claim that they have satellites everywhere else taking pictures of all the other planets and shit. So that don't make sense. I'm like, you can go out there and take pictures of that. You should be able to get far enough away to take a picture of the whole thing and not have to edit it. That's all I'm saying. So while this comment did have a little bit of credibility, I'm not going to dismiss everything. Didn't have enough.
Please donate in the camera macchiato.
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to be $5.31.
Thank you. Got that donut, baby. Thank you. Ooh, nice and hot today. You know what I'm saying? Very disappointing today. Thank you very much. You too. They ain't disappointing today, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's kind of how I felt about his comment. Definitely didn't dismiss him. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, too, you know, what we're trying to do here, or what I'm trying to do here on this platform, I'm not trying to silence anybody from their opinion. So when you get people in here and we're talking, and you get people in here like that one crazy dude yesterday, what was his name? I forgot what his name was. He was crazy, though. That dude was really nuts. I think his name was like Max or something like that, or Mac or something. He was crazy. But I don't want to say, you know, I never want to silence anybody like that. You know what I mean? Like, come and speak your opinion. I want this platform to be open, you know what I mean, for everybody's opinion. Speak your opinion, and if you feel like you have something to bring to the debate, to the conversation, to the discussion, then by all means, you know what I mean, say your piece and give your own theory. Because it, you know, like I said, collectively at the end, if your theory has some sense to it and my theory has some sense to it, okay, so tell me why you feel that way. I want you to tell me how you came up with that conclusion that the earth is not flat. And I want you to logically tell me something that makes logical sense. Okay, so you're a software engineer, you work with GPS, and your GPS goes into a globe. if the earth was flat, you wouldn't have a job. So you're telling me that if I plot from my location at Dunkin' Donuts right now and I plot to my job, if the earth was flat, I would not be able to get from Dunkin' Donuts to my job, and I wouldn't be able to plot that. Is that what you're telling me right now? Like, so you're telling me that I wouldn't be able to use GPS, and the reason why our ancestors were not able to use GPS software in their time is because the earth was flat. So that's why they weren't able to use it, right? What did they use for GPS? What did our ancestors use as GPS back then? What do we still use today? Hey, because I'm military, so I don't need a software to let me know where the hell I'm going, right? I'm military, so I use the shadow tip method. I follow the North Star. I got a compass. I plot my grids on a flat map, and I read terrain. The map is flat that I use. So I'm saying, my point is that you're telling me that the only reason you have a job as a GPS software engineer or whatever you do for GPS is because the earth is round. But I'm asking you, before there was GPS software, how did people transverse the earth? That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I'm saying, what makes the earth round? If we still haven't had any, there still has been no definitive proof that it's round. That's my point. My point is that I can find my way on a flat surface with a flat map. and everything works out pretty damn well. The grid lines are right. Everything is right. So I'm wondering how, what did he say? Oh, I'm not deflecting. I'm trying to, you gave an opinion, and so I'm telling you my opinion. I'm telling you, I'm asking you a lot. I'm asking you logic. You asked me a logical question, so now I'm trying to dive into your logical question and logically answer it. I'm not trying to do any okie doke shit or nothing like that. I'm seriously trying to answer your question logically, and that's a logical answer. Now, can you give me a logical debate on how people did that? Okay, well, it's not an argument. So you tell me now. I want you to tell me now how our ancestors, before and prior to GPS software, how they traversed our Earth, not knowing that it was round. That's what I want to know. The stars. Well, we know for one thing that the stars don't move, right? Or we know for one thing the stars may move, but we don't move. Stars are always in the same place. There's a famous you guys should go check him out. There's a famous South Korean oh shit, you know what, I'm in the wrong lane. There's this famous South Korean, I think his name is Young Jung Seal. Go read about his story, man. The guy is fucking smart as hell. He was the first one who created the sundial. He's very, very smart, man. He charted the stars like none other. He created like basically the very first clock, the very first water clock, using absolutely no using water as the mechanic. It's absolutely crazy. Guy is very, very smart. Really, 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 really smart guy. And that'd be something pretty nice for you guys to check out, to see how he did that. I mean, the guy was fucking prodigy. I don't even know how he did it. It's crazy. Fans. When I get to a stopping point, I'll be able to look at your house comments and shit and go back. But no, like I really do want to. Like I said, I don't want to stifle anybody on this channel, man. The guy had a really good comment. He said that he wouldn't have a job if the Earth wasn't round as a GPS software engineer, I believe. So I wanted to elaborate on why. Like you just made a statement. So that's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like a female who just says something, but they don't have a level 2. So I want you to have a level 2 and explain to me GPS and why the Earth is round with GPS. That's all I want you to do. So I want you to tell me in your own words so I can make sense of it logically. And then, you know, you might make very much some really good sense. Maybe it's something I don't know. I don't know. And therein lies your problem. It's vintage flat Earth. What's vintage flat Earth logic? What is satellites don't prove the shape of the Earth? That's been my whole point is how are they coming up with I don't even get it. Like that, to me, that logic by itself, satellites period, don't even make sense. Like the whole process of them taking a picture of the Earth, which is the closest thing to us, mankind, but they can go out and take pictures of Jupiter, take pictures of Mercury, and all these other crazy ass places like that are so far away from us, but yet they got to take composites of the Earth, and we're right here. Like that, to me, that don't even make sense. So I've been waiting for somebody to make sense, to help me make sense of that, because it doesn't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. Don't make sense how you can spend $450 million on a probe to send to Mercury, but you can't spend even that much or the same to go out and take one picture or one live video feed of the entire Earth to show us the entire Earth that you say is round, or the Earth that you say is flat. Like it. I'm just saying, NASA could really put this shit to bed and just end the debate by just going up there and taking a live video feed or taking a real unedited picture. I mean, it's really simple. Something so simple could end the debate. But I tell you, to me, in my opinion, the reason why they won't do that is because at the end of the day, to me, it is entertainment. It's entertainment, man. It's all entertainment. It's like watching wrestling. They're not going to come out and tell you that it's fake.
That movie with the ants. Okay, I'll tell you. Have a good day.
Appreciate
the movie with the ants, okay? Like,
you know what I'm saying? That shit is entertainment at the end of the day, man. It's like wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling don't tell you that it's fake, but you know, when you get to the point where you realize, okay, you know how I realized that wrestling was fake? When I started watching UFC a long time ago, when my dad used to buy the UFC pay-per-views, and I was like, well, wait a minute. I done seen Hulk Hogan get somebody on the turnbuckle and bash their face in with 10 punches to the head, and everybody counts 1, 2. And I'm looking at UFC, and this dude just got his eyebrow split open from one punch and choked the fuck out. I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. How are they taking all this damage in wrestling, but nobody's getting knocked out like these people? Then I started putting 2 to 2 together, and then I realized, oh wow. So everything is fake, but it was entertaining. You know what I mean? It's entertainment. That's why when you watch NASA videos, when you watch the NASA videos, what do they tell you before the show? They say, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. The show is, because it's entertainment. That's what, I don't know. That's what I'm starting to believe. I don't know. I could be wrong though. And like I said, I'm not saying that NASA is telling complete 100% lies. I don't think that they're telling 100% lies. I don't think so. I mean, I think that they're just pushing an agenda. It's like when you go into Disney World, you know what I'm saying? Like I took my kids to Disney World. Like I went to Disney World as a kid, And then recently I went to Disney World with my kids. And I realized that, well, a lot of things that I thought were, I don't know, from a kid, you have a different perception. And then when you become an adult, it's different. So I don't know. It was just a little different. Things that I used to think about. I don't know. It was weird going to Disney World as an adult with my kids. It kind of destroyed my entire, like, what I thought. And I don't know. It's just so weird. Like what I thought about Disney World and stuff. Like it just kind of destroyed all that. I don't know. When I went as an adult with my kids. What about in the middle of the ocean? How is GPS working then? Well, it's depth of field. What are you talking about? I don't. How do you think fucking oh my god. How do you think submarines? How do you think they move around? Sonar. What are you talking about? I don't get it. What is that? What is that supposed to mean? No planes tracked with GPS in Southern Hemisphere oceans. Go check. I'm trying to scroll through the comments to see what y'all are talking about. It proves satellites are up. Okay, I'm not. Okay, wait. Now look. What I'm not gonna. Okay, I will say this. I will say. If we have an ISS up there in space, right? I'm not gonna if we do have one up there, I'm not gonna say that we don't have satellites in space. I'm not gonna say that we don't. I'm not saying that we don't have the capability of actually going up there. What I'm saying is that outer space is what it is. If you think about what it is a space that's outside of the atmosphere. I believe that we can go to a certain distance in that space. I believe that we can go to a certain distance in that space. I'm not debating that. So when people say, "Oh, you think they actually launched rockets and they got into space?" Yeah, I think that they've reached a certain distance, but I don't think that they can go any further than a certain distance. And if they're telling me that the ISS can only go around 220 miles above the Earth's atmosphere, then I'm thinking that's probably all they can really go. You know, I don't know. But again, you know, it's very, very let me see if I can. This thing is not focusing. There we go. Focus, baby. It's not your. How the hell are they staying up there? That's what I wanted to know as well, because that's what I don't understand. How did that's another question. How did they stay up there? Now I'm assuming from what they're telling me that once they escape that atmosphere, that they're kind of in a free floating space. Like, I don't know. That's what they're telling me. That's what they tell us. So that's what I'm inclined to believe. But I don't know. Like I said, you know, I posted a video on the other channel yesterday. You can check it on the community tab. You know, they've come out and said that there is another barrier in between the Van Allen belt. So you know, that protects us from the Van Allen belt radiation. You know, like I said, it seems like every single time they open their mouth, they give you the half truth, and the half truth to me is that they can't leave this motherfucker. There's a certain and they can't leave anywhere near the moon. NASA, largest consumer of helium. No, that's not a conspiracy. You can go to NASA's website. I linked. Look at the video. I clearly show you the video, and you can go to the NASA YouTube website, the official NASA YouTube site, and you can see the video. They said that this field was man-made and is similar to the what did they say? What did they call it? The LVF signals that submarines put out. Those are the same signals that are being projected into the space that's in between us and the Van Allen belt. I thought it was weird, but I posted it. I thought it was pretty cool. I think they posted it 11 months ago, around May. It's pretty interesting. It was a pretty interesting video. It was a pretty short video from them, but it was pretty interesting. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. Let's see, you are all over the place. You've said hardly anything intelligible, mate. There are people out there working on the fields who have figured shit out. Who's figured it out, though? Who's figured it out? But with you saying that, there are people here that figured that shit out before GPS and before NASA. That's all I'm saying. Flat Earth videos are cooler? Not necessarily. Yo, Marlon Gaming, what's going on, man? All competing in the free market. Dude, all I'm saying is that people here before NASA had already mapped this shit out, right? What if the ISS is CGI? SpaceX ICO, shit, that's what we need right there. I don't know, man. I just think a lot of this shit is Hollywood, man. It's entertainment. People pay to play, man. People pay to be entertained. That's why they're still in business. I'm telling you, man. How do people? I don't know, man. Like I don't get it. NASA is like a bad girlfriend, man. They like a bad girlfriend, man. They like a cheating hoe. They cheat and they try to defend themselves with illogical explanations. It doesn't make any sense to me. Everybody, ancestors before me, said the earth was flat. And it wasn't until recently, before the entire earth went completely wrong, that it changed to a globe. That's kind of my logic. That's like saying, that's like somebody trying to explain that slavery didn't happen. It was a haphazard thing. It wasn't as global as they try to make it. It was just an isolated incident. Like that would be, that's how I view people telling me that that everybody on the earth prior to them changing the earth to a globe was feeling. Like everybody else was just completely wrong. They didn't know what they were talking about. Oh yeah, they got the constellations correct, but they only did that with GPS, and we can't figure out that technology yet. They must have lost that technology too. So, so did our ancient ancestors, did they all have GPS, and they lost the technology? When we came around, we lost it, and then we're just not finding it out again. Is that how that works? I'm trying to figure out how it works, because I know NASA said that they lost the technology, or the technology was destroyed to go to the moon. And we can't reduplicate that even now with our advanced technology. That's a dumb question. That's just the weed smoking. And it was good enough until... Wait. So what I'm asking is that, do you need GPS if you can just use the stars? That's all I'm asking. Is GPS better than star tracking? I don't get it. Because how do people track stars without GPS today? That's what it's a normal question. Okay, what about the people before Galileo? Before people had telescopes, how did they track the stars and track movements? Because there were people tracking stars way longer than 100 years ago. The Sumerians put the whole damn galaxy on clay tablets with precision, and they didn't have, to my knowledge, telescopes. So what I'm asking is that if they had the advances of technology thousands and thousands of years ago, how the hell is our technology better? I don't get it. What was the technologies that they were using back then? Were they using GPSs? That's what I'm trying to ask. Because you're telling me that we're only able to do things now with GPS, that we're somehow correct today because we have GPS. But I'm asking you, how did they do shit back then without GPS? Did they have? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if they had GPS back then they would have said the Earth was round. To your logic, you're saying that the Earth is round today because we have GPS. That's what you said. You said you wouldn't have a job if the Earth wasn't round because you work with GPS software. So I'm asking, if they had GPS back then, they would have said the Earth was round. Okay, but they said the Earth was flat, and they were able to map the constellations. They were able to traverse the world. They're able to do everything that we can confirm today with GPS, but they said the Earth was flat. So at what point were they wrong or were they right? I don't get it. This dude's a troll, man. This dude's a troll. This dude's a troll. Absolutely insane. And these are the people that are these are the people that are giving you science. I bet you DTB he probably kneels to a picture of a white Jesus and Neil deGrasse Tyson every night. He probably still thinks Jesus is white. Oh, he's an atheist. Then you still must believe that you come from a monkey. Go figure. Atheism to me is just a basic denial of where you even come from. You want to believe so bad that you're just an accident, an anomaly. If that's the case, you had to come from somewhere. Go figure. This guy, he's nuts, dude. He's crazy. These are the people that are on your science channel telling you that the fucking Earth is round because we have GPS today. Many satellites have curvature of the Earth programmed in order to determine distance. Rocket science, which assumes a round Earth, is programmed into the system. They're insignificant, so they want everyone else to believe that as well. Basically, that's the truth. That's what I feel like. No, I didn't say you're crazy. I just say you're in denial. Do I believe? Yo, what's up, John Smith? Do I believe in a higher power that created us? I believe that there is an intelligent consciousness that obviously is beyond us. I don't know if there. I don't necessarily believe that there is a like a giant human being or a giant being like sitting on a throne like the Bible tells you, sitting on a throne just like watching us like TV. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that there is a superior consciousness that exists. Whoever created all this is pretty intelligent, pretty conscious. So a God, yeah, if that's what you want to call it. Not the God that the government tells us about. The God that the government tells us about is gold, oil, and diamonds. G-O-D. That's the God that they want us that they want you to believe in. The white Jesus with the golden locks. That's the God that they want you to believe in. Damn, she is so bad. Crazy. There could be a higher power, but all religions are probably incorrect. They're all man-made, man. Religions are man-made. Check the Cassini and Voyager footage. It's totally unedited without no CGI at all. But what makes you say that? What makes you say that it's unedited? They've been editing shit since '69, man, with the moon landing. To my knowledge, to my knowledge, you know, before they had the CGI, they just had green screen. They're still using green screen. I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying that, you know, they started off doing that. I don't believe that with NASA already saying that they use CGI, that they have to edit pictures to basically make it look more believable. That's just how they operate. Like I can't really take anything that they show me at face value that it's unedited. Like, I mean, it's just, you know. But again, I'm not discrediting everything that they do. I'm just saying that they mix truth with the lies. And I told you yesterday that the best liar is the one who sticks closest to the truth. And that's how they're able to get everybody to be on board and believe everything that they say, man. The technique is to just deny and sidestep. Sidestep what? That we're a globe and we all revolve around the sun, and we're just in an infinite space with other galaxies, and we're the only intelligent life in this infinite space. And you give us the pictures, and you give us the background, you give us the story, you give us the timeline, you give us the entertainment to make us think that it's true, and it's not. That's all I'm saying is that you can't really show that. At the end of the day, NASA really can't show proof. That is just that shit right there. You cannot sidestep right there. That is just the plain honest truth. At the end of the day, NASA cannot show concrete proof. It's a very great story. Trust me, it's good entertainment. I'm not knocking them for not being entertaining. I'm saying it's very entertaining. But what I'm saying, there's a big difference between toting something as the complete truth and just being entertainment. They make some really good fucking movies today. I mean, they make some really good fucking movies today about space, and that shit seems, they show us more in the movies of Earth and of space than NASA does. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how good they are. That's how good they are. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. You've never met a smart flat earther. Well, I guess you must have came from nothing but flat earthers, because that's what everybody else believed in before you got here. That's crazy. Motherfuckers all of a sudden got smart. Did you look up what NASA means in Hebrew? Go look up what NASA means in Hebrew. Go look up what NASA means in Hebrew. You go look that up. I'm telling you, man. That dude Tyson, DeGrasse Tyson, or whatever his name is, man. He is basically what you call the biggest fucking idiot known to mankind. Like, it's amazing to me how they get these people. It's pure entertainment. Every time he comes out on video, he's trying to be entertaining. That's all he's doing. He's just entertaining. I don't have a bias at all, because for the longest time I was like, shit, NASA is so fucking smart. But when I started looking at the actual facts, see, I approach things factually. There's just so many facts that say what they're telling me doesn't make sense. Like, everybody, I would assume that everybody is logical to a certain extent. I know some people are just, they're not very smart. They're sheeple. Some people today still believe that the government still has their best interests at heart. You know what I mean? So, people like that, they're gonna go to wayside. You know what I'm saying? They'll follow the other sheep right off the bridge. But if you're logical, half the shit that they tell you just doesn't make sense. These motherfuckers are trying to calculate distances. It just doesn't make sense, dude. It don't make sense. Oh yeah, he would have to. People like that are gonna absolutely shit themselves. They probably will jump off a bridge, because that's not the truth that they want to believe in. They gotta believe in something that's not intelligent. They gotta believe in something that's not intelligent. The religious element of flat earth therein lies. Now, I'm not talking about being religious at all. Just parallels belief and faith. No, there's no religion attached to people before us that went out and did actual work to figure out where the fuck we are. There's no religion behind that. That was just hard work. And the curiosity. Humans have always been curious. We always are curious. At the end of the day, we're trying to always figure out. And that's why, in my opinion, that's why we're so obsessed with trying to get into outer space. We're so obsessed with it because we figured out that we're in a bubble and we can't get out, and we're trying to figure out desperately how to get the fuck out of it. And so you dream about it. You figure out what you think lies outside of it. It's very, very true. That's why we're obsessed with trying to get into outer space, but yeah, we can't get out of it. So, oh, he said let him go to Mars. Oh, so if you guys checked out Martin Kenny's cosmic egg theory, man, I'm telling you, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. These motherfuckers ain't really trying to go to the Mars the sun. These motherfuckers are trying to go to the lands that Mars is the sun of. That's what they're trying to get to. They're trying to get to that outside land, that extraterrestrial land. That's why they call them extraterrestrials. Extra meaning more, terrestrial meaning terrain, extra land beyond ours. They can't get to it yet. They're trying to. Did he leave yet? So yeah, like when people like DTB come in, man, I try to get them to start talking logically. There he is. No, he's back. Give you the. Oh, I'm on my phone, man. I'm not using like Google Hangouts or not. But yeah, we definitely can. DTB, send me a if you can, go to my page. Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. Yeah, that would actually be pretty damn entertaining. It'd be like, what's that show? The sports show? Skip and what's his name? When they debate sports, that'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, shoot me an email, and then we'll set something up to where we can do like a live stream, or we could do a pre-recorded video and shit and put it out. I think that'd be pretty entertaining. And we both just logically talk about this shit because I think it'd be interesting. Go to my channel page. Go to the about and hit the email button. It'll give it to you. The trip to Mars would take about 1 month. I thought they said it would take longer than that. I thought they were saying like a year or something like that. Maybe not. These motherfuckers said that they were gonna get out of the Van Allen belts with that last Voyager thing, whatever they had. They still ain't figured it out yet. They ain't going nowhere. These motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. Have you ever seen a fish get out of the fucking tank? No. Why do you think fish tanks are clear? So they can see out. But those motherfuckers can't get out, right? Why don't we make fish tanks that are just solid so they can't see what the hell is outside of the fucking tank? They just see a wall. Why do we let them see out? We let them see a world beyond theirs, but they can't get out. A frog can get out. Yeah, they could. A frog can get out the tank, and an octopus can get out that tank too. See, but they can't survive outside that tank. A frog could, for a little while. A frog could. I tell you, man, we're like fish. Can't get out. They haven't figured it out yet. I'm telling you, man. If these motherfuckers went to the moon in '69 or whatever the fuck it was, we would have been back there a long time ago. And if we, as a person, wouldn't have went back there, they would at least sent some fucking rovers and some all kinds of shit over there to the moon. The fact that they're bypassing the moon, which is closer than anything, and they're trying to go to Mars, tells you something. These motherfuckers ain't really trying to go to no fucking star. They ain't trying to go to no star that has no life on it. The fucking Mars is just a sun for the next realm. The next realm. They're trying to get to the next realm. And they can't figure out how to get there, man. But they give you hints. They keep giving you hints. That's why Donald Trump was just on the thing talking mad shit yesterday or the other day. It's either yesterday or it was this week, saying that we should create a space force. And people are joking about it. I'm just like, do you think these people, everybody, even Obama, they were all very confident that during their term that they were going to get out, break the glass ceiling, and get out of lower Earth orbit. And it has not happened yet. I wonder why. They are hell-bent of getting out and getting to Mars. They're trying to get out of this mug, man. They're trying to get out of it. They can't figure it out. But they're determined that they're going to do it. Absolutely crazy. I know. I'm telling you, man, it's just good entertainment, dude. It's good entertainment. That's all it is. Like I said, when you look at the movies today about space, about all the shit that they show us, man, they show us more in those movies than what NASA shows us. And they do that shit by design, man. They do it by design. They do it by design. It's one of the biggest lies is that everybody, and the thing is that I don't think necessarily people really care too much because they force all this extra shit onto you through the media, to keep you muddled into your own lives. 90% of the people that walk around, they're only concerned with how they're going to make money for the day, what they're going to eat, how they're going to feed their family. They don't give a shit what's going on above them. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they feed you with all this crappy ass entertainment, man, on TV. It's all about reality TV. That's scripted. It's fake. They call it reality TV, but it's scripted. And the reason why they script it because they try to make it entertaining. Like, all the stuff that they feed you, man, is to keep you to keep you locked, to keep you hazed up, man. People are so confused, they won't even be able to tell you what reality really is. But the truth is, just like the Truman Show, the reality that you see is the reality that they create for you. That's what they want you to see. They create your reality, your perspective of reality. That's all they're doing. They're trying to create our perspective of reality. I'm telling you, if you can't understand that, then you know you're pretty much doomed to live out your life, working for the man, live out your life, really being the good sheep that you are. That's what they want. At the end of the day, they want sheep, man. That's why they're constantly trying to keep their control on everything, dude. They're trying to constantly keep their control on anything. Any person alive that has ever tried to benefit human beings they've either been propositioned and acquired by the government services, or to basically usurp the public's knowledge, or they've been completely assassinated and you never heard about them again. That's just a fact. And you know, you would like to know, like, why the hell would they want to stifle people's enlightenment to what is around them? Why would they want to make people smarter, brighter, more aware of what's really going on? Why would they want to do that? You know, why would they want people to do that? It's because they have a level of control to maintain. If they want to stay in power, and have control and governance, then they have to keep you in a certain state. Why do you think they were able to keep slaves in a slavery mentality for so long? You have to create a slave. You don't create a slave by just locking somebody up, chaining them up. No, you have to mentally create them. You have to mentally put them in a place where you need them to be submissive. That's how they were able. That's how slavery works. But people don't realize that the physical slavery that we used to be in, that people used to be in, that's not very effective anymore. So you got to figure out how to enslave them in a different way, and that's where entertainment comes in, man. We can't be sheeple. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up button. We'll be back later on today. About to head into work. What happened? Hold on, what happened? Free mind. He said we're going back to the moon. These motherfuckers can't. Dog, look. There's no look. We ain't going to no fucking moon, man. Like, come on, man. Like, these motherfuckers